Hi, I'm Pedro from Coffee Parts, and today we're looking at the Rocket Appartamento. The Rocket Appartamento. So I was over in Milan at the Rocket factory with Andrew Mio when he was showing me the final prototype to this machine. And the first question I asked him was, why the circles? And Andrew replied to me, because there's plenty of stainless boxes in the market and we want things with a point of difference. Now this is coming from the Rocket Giotto, which had the iconic shape. And they wanted to bring an Appartamento in, basically to be smaller, to fit apartments, hence the name Appartamento. And also to bring it down in price point. The Rocket and the Mozzafiato had climbed in price point in terms of materials, finishes, PIDs, dual gauges, etc. And that scope creep had moved up and so had the price. So in came the Appartamento. It was meant to be a coffee machine, affordable and beautiful and unique, hence the timeless design of no digital displays and the circles to make it different. Now the first version was this one, which came in the stainless finish with the copper or white circles. And later on came the Linganera, which is a black version. So the body was black and the circles were still white or copper, and it did have some other little features, which we'll show you later in this video. Now looking at this machine, what is it? It's a heat exchange vibrating pump rocket-based machine using an E61 group head. So it being heat exchange and having the E61 group head, there is commentary that you sometimes have to flush it because the head does get hot. And that's true. So what I decided was actually to take this machine home, and I had it at home for the last month, just because I was so used to now machines that had it all sorted, and there were 3 times, 4 times the price of this. I wanted to see what this machine was like to live with. And although this machine was a step back from what I've had recently, it was a pleasure to have. So when it comes to coffee, you got the E61 group head, which is just over 4 kilos of brass, which keeps the temperature stable, and you got the thermo-siphoning. So you got the water in the heat exchange and it cycles through the head to keep that head preheated. And you got the pre-infusion that's mechanical. As you lift this lever, what it does is it opens the piston inside, letting water to flow through. Now, because that water is not, the machine is not plumbed in, this is a tank machine, it's just basically the pressure in the boiler. As the boiler is at about 1 and a bit bar of pressure, that water is going to come out. It's not going to be the 3 bar pre-infusion, or to say plumbed in from the mains line, but it does offer a sense of pre-infusion. And then the full pressure, you're running the pressure from the vibrating pump. The tank being 2.5 liters is a decent size for a small machine. And the light here does flash when it's showing you low level of water. It does mean if you are through a shot, it can affect the shot, but generally speaking, you know you've run low and you can easily refill it. Because they've run such low feet, they've actually brought the height of the machine slightly down. So in apartment living where you generally have a cupboard above, you still got enough room to pour in water in the tank without having to fiddle too much. And when it comes to the drip tray for a small machine is a decent size. So if we were to pull it out, you can see the drip tray is relatively large. So with this version of the machine, it doesn't actually have any magnets here. So when you push the drip tray back in, you just have to push it in to place. But on the Linganera, they've added 2 little magnets. So when you push it in, it just pops back into place. When it comes to steam, it's using a 1.8 liter copper boiler. So you do have a fair amount of steam to do your milk-based drinks. And being a heat exchange machine, you can run your espresso and your steam at the same time. But I do find that in the home environment at this level, most people will still do their coffee first and steam second. Before we make some coffee on this machine, we're just going to bring out the Linganera, show you the differences between the standard and the Nero edition, and then we'll jump back in and make some coffees. So with the Linganera, the main differences are the rubberized black body. So the camera may not be picking this up, but it is a really nice textured finish. You've also got the stainless steel in black cup rail compared to the normal machine, which has got a plastic cup rail. And when it comes to the drip tray, it's got the 2 little magnets that when you bring in the drip tray, it just closes off really nicely. And the last little feature is it's got the echo mode. So it's got a button just hidden under this side, where if you press the echo mode on, the machine will automatically go into standby mode after 90 minutes of not being in use, conserving power, which can be a really handy feature if you've forgotten to turn it off or you just wanted to save power. On the bigger machines, there is scheduling apps, but these machines don't have it. So for that, it does make a difference. The Linganera Rocket Appartamento comes from factory in either copper or white side circles. Now, this is a sleeve inside that can be removed, and I have seen other people put in different perspex sleeves to their own custom color. Very simple to do. It is made to be replaced quite easily. In this case, we've got the copper, and the copper really does give it a really nice refined finish. The Linganera does cost a little bit more, but considering just the cup rail as an extra is more than the difference in price, it is well worth it. Now, let's jump back into the Appartamento and make a coffee. So we preloaded 21 grams into the basket. And while we're doing that, let's just keep the steam armor perch. And let's do the milk. Clean that arm. Nice little flat white, great little machine. If you have any questions on this machine or any of the Rocket range, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Like always, if this video has brought you value, please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you again. See you on the next video.